Hello, my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. Now, let us try to identify the various parts of an IC engine. In the IC engine, first of all, there is a cylinder. So, you can see this is nothing but a cylinder in which the piston is reciprocating. So, this is the cylinder. So, cylinder means from inside it's having cylindrical shape, and the piston is also cylindrical, but it is present inside the cylinder, right? And the internal surface of the piston of the cylinder is coming in contact with the external curved surface of the piston, right? So the piston is reciprocating inside the cylinder. This is the cylinder and this piston is reciprocating. Here you can see this is the cylinder and this is the piston. Here you can see the piston is written here. So the piston is reciprocating inside the cylinder, right? Now the piston is connected to the connecting rod. See, you can see this is the connecting rod, right? Now the connection between the piston and the connecting rod is a pin joint or a hinge joint. So you can see that the cylinder, the piston and the connecting rod, how they move, they are connected, but there is a, due to a pin joint, you can say that they form a turning pair. The piston form turning pair with the connecting rod, right? Now similar turning pair is there between the connecting rod and the crank. So here you can see the crank. This is nothing but the crank. So the crank connects the connecting rod with the crankshaft. The crankshaft is rotating and the crank is connecting the connecting rod with the crankshaft. So the crank turns, the crank rotates along with the crankshaft. The crank is having complete rotation about the center of the crankshaft. So this is nothing but the crankshaft. This is the crankshaft, right? So the crank is having the complete rotation just like the crankshaft, because the crank is mounted on the crankshaft. Okay, now here actually in this picture just a minute please. Here in this picture you are unable to see the crank because the length of the crank is small and the crank is hidden below the crank pin. What is the crank pin? Crank pin is the connection between the crank and the connecting rod. So this connection is also a hinge joint or a pin joint. So again there is a turning pair between the crank and the connecting rod. So this you can see this semicircular body here. This semicircular body is nothing but the counterweight which is used for balancing the motion of the crank. So it is on the opposite side of the crank. So this is the working of the engine. This is the motion. The piston reciprocates, the crank and the crankshaft rotates, whereas the connecting rod oscillates. So there are some other parts also. This is the crank pin, then this is the crankcase, the crank and the crankshaft and some part of the connecting rod, they are present in the crankcase. So oil is also present in the crankcase, and generally due to splash type of lubrication, the lubrication takes place inside the IC engine. So this is the connecting rod, this is the wrist pin or the piston pin. So what is this piston pin or the wrist pin? It is the connection between the connecting rod and the piston. So again I have told you that it is a pin joint or a hinge joint, that is a turning pair. So this is the piston, the engine is having fins for cooling purpose, So sometimes the engine is having, when the engine is air cooled, then it is having fins. If it is water cooled, then it is having a cooling jacket which is present around the cylinder. And water cooling, water is used for cooling in that purpose, and water is circulated around the cylinder to cool the engine. Now this portion of the cylinder is called as the cylinder head. This is the cylinder head. Okay, so the cylinder is having two sides. One is the cylinder head side and other is the crankcase side. So generally in vertical engines, the cylinder head is located at the top and the crankcase side is located at the bottom. So this is the cylinder head, and on the cylinder head of the engine cylinder, the valves are mounted. So this is the inlet valve and this is the inlet port, right? So the charge, air fuel mixture, or sometimes only air, is entering inside the engine cylinder through this inlet valve, right? So inlet valve means it can be opened, closed, it can be partially closed or partially opened with the help of this valve. Similarly, we are having this exhaust valve, and this valve is controlled by a spring. It is normally closed with the help of the spring, and it is opened or closed with the help of the cam and the cam shaft. So this is the engine cylinder head, and in this case you can see the injector is provided. The fuel is injected through the injector. So in some cases injector is provided. In this case you can see that the spark is provided. If spark is there, injector is not there. Okay, so in compression ignition engines, you will find that injector is there, and in spark ignition engine, spark is provided. Now what is spark ignition and compression ignition, that we are going to study later on while studying the classification of IC engine. So I think you have recognized the various parts. Once again, here also I can show you that these are the ports. This is the inlet port, inlet valve you can say, and this is the exhaust valve. Okay, the difference between port and valve is that port is always open, whereas valve can be closed or opened automatically or manually, right? So that is a valve. Here you can see that these valves are controlled by the cams. The cams are mounted on the cam shaft, and cam shaft is driven by the crankshaft through timing gears. So that figure I will show later on, in which the crankshaft and the cam shaft and the timing gears, all these are shown. But right now, at present, these are the parts of the engine. I hope you understand these parts of the engine, right? Let us go ahead. Now again, with the help of this figure, we can study the working of the engine, working of the 4-stroke SI engine, 4-stroke spark ignition engine. You can see that the spark is glowing, the spark is being produced every time at the in each cycle. And now we are going to study the working of this particular 4-stroke engine. So again, yes, so first of all, suction stroke is there. Just a minute please. Suction stroke, then compression stroke, then power stroke, and then exhaust stroke. So these are the 4 strokes. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, then 2, then 3 and 4. So 1 indicates suction stroke, 2 indicate compression stroke, 3 indicate power stroke, and 4 exhaust stroke. So once again I will tell you that 1 means suction stroke, 2 is compression stroke, 3 is power stroke, and 4 is nothing but the exhaust stroke. So these are the 4 strokes of this particular engine, and let us try to understand the working now once again. So first of all, during the suction stroke, the inlet valve is open and the air fuel mixture is entering inside the engine. The inlet valve opens at the beginning of the suction stroke and air fuel mixture enters inside the engine cylinder. Second stroke is the compression stroke. During the compression stroke, the piston is moving in the upward direction, right? So at the end of the motion of the piston in the upward direction, the spark is produced. That means when the piston is almost at the top dead center, the spark is produced, right? So due to the production of the spark, what is happening is that the combustion of the fuel takes place. The fresh charge is first of all compressed, so the temperature and the pressure is increased, right? And this fresh charge is ignited by the spark plug. So due to the ignition, there is an explosion, right? And the lot of force, lot of pressure is created. The pressure increases tremendously. So due to that, force is exerted on the piston and the piston moves in the downward direction. The piston is pushed in the downward direction. Now again, when the piston reaches the bottom dead center, you will find that the piston again starts its journey in the upward direction, right? Now during this stroke, that is the exhaust stroke, the exhaust valve is open, and when the exhaust valve is open, the exhaust gases move outside the engine cylinder. Now once again the inlet valve will be open and the suction stroke will take place, and in this way the cycle is continued. Now let us go ahead. This is the two-stroke engine, working of two-stroke engine we will be studying later on, and right now once again we are going to study the parts of the engine in detail. Let us study the various parts of the engine in detail. So you can see that there are so many parts of the engine. So you can identify the various parts. At the bottom there is a crankshaft and the crank. So you can see this is the crankshaft and this is the crank. This is the crankshaft. Okay, and these are the timing gears, right? So this crankshaft will drive the camshaft. This one is the camshaft. This is the camshaft, right? So the camshaft is driven by the crankshaft through these timing gears. You can see that this is a dynamo. So the dynamo is also driven by the engine. So when the engine drives the dynamo through the gears, the battery gets charged, and with the help of the battery we can the lights of the engine, we can operate the lights of the engine. The lights get power from the battery, the horn and other auxiliaries of the engine get power from the battery, right? Then this crankshaft, mounted on the crankshaft is the flywheel. This is the flywheel. So the flywheel is used to make the variations in the energy, to reduce the variations in the turning moment, okay, so that the jerk is reduced and the energy which is available is a smooth one. And mounted on the flywheel, you can see that there are two-teeth gearings. So these gears are actually gear teeth are mounted on the flywheel, and this flywheel, you can say actually this is driven by the starter motor, okay, with the help of these gear pair. So the starter motor can start the engine in this fashion. So this small gear will rotate this big gear which is mounted on the flywheel, and thus the engine will start, right? Now mounted on this camshaft, you can see that the valves are there, okay. So sometimes between the valve and the camshaft the rocker arm is present. So here rocker arm is not shown, but directly you can see that the valves are being operated by the cam, and there is a spring, that is the valve spring which is present. So the spring keeps the valve normally closed, and with the help of the cam, as the cam rotates, the valve will be opened, right? So there are two valves, one is the inlet valve, other is the exhaust valve. Then this is the water pump. This is used in order to circulate water around the engine jacket, around the engine. That means through the engine jacket water is circulated, so that the engine is cooled. It is a water cooled engine. This is the jacket around the engine cylinder, right? So this is the carburetor, and this is the throttle valve, float chamber, which is a part of the carburetor. So the air enters, and then the fuel gets mixed with the air fuel mixture is entering inside the cylinder through the inlet valve. So this is the inlet valve, and air fuel mixture is entering inside the engine cylinder through the inlet valve, right? So this is the piston, this is the cylinder. Then this is the spark plug. Okay, so through the primary and secondary coil, you will find that the current is coming, the current is passed to the spark plug, and the spark is produced at the right time. Then this is the exhaust valve, this is the inlet valve, right? So at the end of during the exhaust stroke, the exhaust gases move out of the engine cylinder, and as you can see, this is the water jacket which is present around the engine cylinder. So these are the various parts of the engine. It is necessary to identify the various parts of the engine. Now here you can see the parts more clearly. Once again I can show you, this is the water pump, you can see, then the float chamber, carburetor, throttle valve, the air fuel mixture is entering inside the engine cylinder through the carburetor, then current is passed through the coil in the spark plug, so spark is produced. This is the piston, and this is the cylinder, this is the exhaust valve, this is the inlet valve, again this is the water jacket, this is the exhaust pipe. Piston rings are present on the piston so as to avoid the leakage of the exhaust gases and the leakage of the oil. We are having the oil rings. Then another figure also we can have, this is the lower part, this is the oil pump, this is the oil pump, this is the crank, and this is the crankshaft, this is the crank, this is the connecting rod, this is the crankshaft, this is the flywheel, and the two-toothed rings. The teeth are mounted on the gear teeth are mounted on the flywheel itself. This is the starter motor. So these are the various parts of the engine. So try to observe this figure carefully and try to understand the various parts of the